We are just a few hours from the legal tampering period of the NFL free agency beginning, and already off to a wild start with the Miami Dolphins cutting Tua Tagovailoa and will take on a massive cap hit. Steve-O, we got that. Talk about another small moves that have been made, but y'all know before we do, you gotta hit the music first.
Welcome to your number one spot for all NFL news and content, NFL Central.
What's going on, football fans? Welcome back into another episode of NFL Central, your number one spot for everything NFL. I'm your host here, Bobby, joined by Steve-O. And we got the latest coming out of the NFL, man. Steve-O, we got Tua Tagovailoa being cut, brother. And the Miami Dolphins will take on a cap hit of $99 million. Just for context, when Sean Payton went over there to Denver and was fed up with him, they cut Russell Wilson, and that cap hit was $85 million. So Tua Tagovailoa now has the highest cap hit in NFL history at $99 million. Steve-O, how you feeling about it, bro?
They said it. We told them not to do it. It is what it is. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think this is a shocker from any source. They pretty much said they was going to release him if they couldn't find a trade for him, and everybody pretty much knew you wasn't going to find a trade for him because who wants a short arm, short guy who is very inconsistent and very injury prone? It's just too many cons when it comes to two of time by a logo. So at the end of the day, I already knew they was going to be looking for a quarterback or a replacement, and they was going to end up releasing them. It's just unfortunate that you had to bite the bullet because we sat there and told you, is this somebody you really want to put all your eggs in one basket in? And y'all did. Now all them bitches is broke but one. So it is what it is. Like, you got to start over. I don't know how you're going to start over, but hey, this is the start of the starting over. So I guess they can use this as a learning experiment. But as far as we know, Miami ain't learned shit from their whole existence. So it is what it is. I hope they find a way to bounce back from it.
For sure. I agree with you 100%. And we already been talking about this over the entire offseason. And so far, I believe we light. I counted it right now. We 3-3, bro. As a duo, bro. We said trade Max Crosby. Stop playing. Trade it. We said cut Kyler Murray. Cut. We said cut Tua Tagovailoa. Cut. We 3-3 right now, bro. We winning. So this is expected. Tua Tagovailoa got some solid numbers, but we also know with the numbers, you also have to let people know what your eyes are seeing. You still have to watch the games. You just can't forget the game and then turn on and look at the box score and be like, oh, snap, he had a great game. Because if you look at Tua's stats, you say 44-32 record. Oh, shit, that's good. You see 18,166 passing yards. You'd be like, oh, snap, that's good. You see 120 pass touchdowns to 59 interceptions. You say, oh, shit, that's good. Until you actually turn on the football game and understand that, hey, this guy just was not going to be able to get it done for the Miami Dolphins. And that's not to say that he's going to be out of the league, but it does put him closer to being that backup and what I expect for him to be a backup because Steve-O, I don't know where he's going to go. That's just me personally.
As a starter, no. Yeah, I don't know where he's going to go as a starter, but as a backup, he's the perfect backup. He's smart enough to teach people. He's been through the fire. He's been through some pivotal games, so he knows some situations. He knows what to expect, and some of his I've always said he's one of the best pre-snap quarterbacks in the league. Thus, his arm and the rest of his body don't catch up with his mind, and it is what it is. Like, if you're going to be somebody that's undersized, arm is undersized, you gotta be not only intelligent and smart at the quarterback, which he is, but you got to be superiorly and extremely accurate, which he's not. So it's just when you're a certain type of quarterback, you got to fall under these type of categories, and he just got one out of that whole category.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I think as a backup, he can come in and get you 2 games. He come in and get you 2 games. But I'm looking at like teams that need quarterbacks. Arizona Cardinals, y'all want to make that call?
Hell no.
Tua, do you want to go and hang your career in a Jets uniform? Do you really want to go and do that? Nah,
And
bro.
do you want to die there?
For real, because we know about the old stuff and you know what I'm saying, the history of it all. But man, it's one of those things. But at least you still gonna be a well-paid fella. Now, Steve-O, there's some rumblings that the Vikings are being in on the hunt. Me, I have Kyler Murray as they should be top as the Minnesota Vikings list, or should be at the top, I should say. Do you think Tua Tagovailoa is on the Vikings radar as they try to bring competition in their quarterback room?
I mean, if Kyler it goes somewhere else, yeah, he might end up because, quite frankly, that would probably be another good scenario for Tua because you
Mm.
don't got to worry about the O line. You got
Yeah,
weapons, and that's the difference between him and Miami. Miami didn't have that line.
yeah.
Miami didn't have that type of coaching either. So you got better coaching staff, better weapons around you, got an actual lineup with you. So I wouldn't be mad at him going in Minnesota as a starter. That's the only place I can see him playing starting quarterback minutes anywhere.
I agree with you on that. I thought about Atlanta, but I think Atlanta got too much going on, and I think that Atlanta they want to see what they get out of Michael Penix Jr. So I think that his choices are very very limited unless somebody brings him in as a backup, and then he can learn behind somebody, or you know what I'm saying, or just support somebody that's a younger quarterback or something like that. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm not really seeing a place where he can go right now. So we just gonna see. I don't think that he completely out of it, but hey, teams are desperate need of quarterback play right now, and he does have some experience. He can perform well when everything lines up correctly. So Minnesota Vikings, if they are interested, if I'm Tua, you better go out there and give your best pitch. I'm not even gonna lie to you
Damn,
for
Skippy.
sure. Now, Steve, I want to talk about Trent McDuffie. This man, Trent McDuffie, just cashed in on a major contract with the Los Angeles Rams after being traded from the Kansas City Chiefs, 4 year, $124 million deal with $100 million guaranteed, which places him as the highest paid cornerback in the league at $31 million per year. Steve-O, how you feeling about Trent McDuffie now being the highest paid cornerback?
I'm cool with it. I mean, you get in that conversation where I mean, each and every year somebody gonna set the market, and it's not necessarily gonna be the top player.
Right.
So if you in the conversation of that top player, you're gonna be in conversation to possibly reset the market, which he did. I would argue that he's probably a top five cornerback in his league. So
Mm-hmm.
he should be in that conversation. Like we all said, I don't think he's necessarily going to be at the end of this. He's probably not going to be the highest paid cornerback for long because we already know somebody is in the wings waiting for their chance, and they sitting there waiting to see what everybody else get, so they can go out there and pull their card and see what they can get for it. But it on their behalf, it makes sense because for the most part, the weakest part of their whole defense was their secondary, and we seen that happen in the last few games of their season last year. They was having shootouts because they couldn't stop nobody. The defense was causing pressure, but and getting to the quarterback at times. But at the end of the day, it was too many times where somebody just knew they wide receivers gonna be down there, and they found them.
Man.
And I think not to just to toot our own horn, but the Bears' last second touchdown kind of proved it.
Yeah.
Like that don't happen to good average secondaries. That just
Yeah,
proved
bro.
that was not a good secondary. They needed somebody in there to at least set a standard, which Trent McDuffie will do. And I still think they need to add some more, but that was a hell of a way to start it.
I agree with you. I think the Los Angeles Rams, they made the best decision possible to go out there and get a young guy. I believe he's still only 25 years old with a ton of game left in his career. You can keep him on the outside, or you can use him in the box as well as kind of like a Swiss Army knife. Place him in the nickel slot as nickel spot as well. and he gonna go out there and make some plays for you. And this is what the Los Angeles Rams are known for, at least for the last decade or so, at least in my mind, making some splash plays that make sense, but not necessarily put them in weird spots. That's good GMing over there. When you talk about the Los Angeles Rams, when they had Aaron Donald, they said, "Hey man, we need a shutdown corner. Let's go get Jalen Ramsey." They went and got their championship and said Jalen Ramsey is at his peak value. We not necessarily going to the Super Bowl this year or going to win it. Let's go ahead and move off of him and let's get us a first. Well, I don't think they got a first round pick for him, but I forgot what they traded him for to the Miami Dolphins. So they was able to go out there and do some things to help their team, and they come back with this type of move to go out there and push for another championship. And a lot of people have the Los Angeles Rams favored already. So we had them favored last year. We got them favored this year. And shout out to the Los Angeles Rams for being a good organization right now, because if you ain't good in LA, nobody gives a damn. They're going to move on to the next team in LA because it's such a good market.
Yep.
So, but hey, in other news, we got the Chicago Bears making a move and re-signing linebacker DeMarco Jackson to a 2-year, $7.5 million deal. For those people that have not watched much Bears game, we see it up close and personal that DeMarco Jackson was a guy that came in and filled the void at a tremendous level for the Chicago Bears. And they get him for a 2-year deal, 7.5 million that can go up with an additional 3 million based on incentives. Steve-O, what you think about this sign about the Chicago Bears?
I like it, especially with necessarily not knowing the timetables you're gonna get back with Jermaine, with TJ Edwards. Yeah, he filled in a nice role with him, and he's the perfect blend of young and experience. He's 28 years old, been around the league, played with Dennis Allen and with the Saints, so the familiarity is there. And I just like the way he plays. He's going to be around the ball. He hits very well. Like, I think that's the one thing. He came in and was already one of the best hitters on this league, on his team, because he just knows how to wrap up. There's not too many times where if you get your hands on you going to the ground. That just is what it is. Sideline to sideline. You got I think one QB hit, one interception. I think 22 total tackles in his short appearance on the Bears. I know a lot of people gonna say 16 games, but out of those 16 games, probably 7 of them he actually really did his thing in.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I like the move, especially like we've been saying, the linebacker position is kind of dwindling for us, and we need some people that's going to at least be there that we can trust. And he kind of proved that last year, so I like it. We ain't we ain't overpay him. We paid him just right, and yeah, I like it.
I agree with you. I think that the Chicago Bears, they got a lot of things to fill on throughout their entire roster, so they can go back out there and try to push past the divisional round of the playoffs. They was a couple plays away from going to the NFC Championship game this past season, but now they understand that, hey, we got to make sure our money lined up because we got to pay guys like Caleb Williams, Roma Dunze, Darnell Wright, and whatnot. You're gonna have to chunk out some money. So to get a guy who was able to come in and fill in well, you get him at a very low deal for 2 seasons, and that's a valuable thing to have, a guy that can come in and produce at such a low rate. So I think that was good by the Chicago Bears. Another good move that I like, Steve-O, before we get up out of here, is that the Steelers re-signed Asante Samuel Jr. to a 1-year deal, bro, worth $4 million. And if we remember, he came in at the latter part of the season for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and he performed pretty damn well, in my opinion. And to get him on a 1-year deal for $4 million, that's a steal for them. The Steelers still got a lot of things that they need to touch up on. I don't understand for the life of me why they keep waiting on Aaron Rodgers. Just move on with Will Howard and see what you got. Because even if Aaron Rodgers come back, y'all pretty much gonna be in the same spot. And the Baltimore Ravens, they just upgraded their team tremendously with the trade of Max Crosby. So y'all gonna have to continue to get better offensively, because just having DK Metcalf and Freiermuth as your tight end is just not good enough. It's just not good enough. But what you think about the re-signing of Asante Samuel Jr.?
I mean, it's just good for him. I mean, I'm pretty sure he didn't even think he was going to be able to play no more because of the neck injury.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that he was able to still show himself, still show the Asante of old, still after having the stuff that he went through. That's the more I care about. That's the credit to him. Like, yeah, it's kudos to the Steelers for giving him the bread and allowing him to prove himself again. But it's just the story within itself is the most triumphant part, because we already know when it comes to neck injuries in the NFL, 9 times out of 10, most people don't battle back from it, especially at that position.
Mm-hmm.
So for him to battle back from it, basically had to pull to prove the whole league wrong, because he damn near worked out for the whole team, the whole league.
Yeah, pretty much.
And yeah, he showed everybody. I'm pretty sure a lot of other people are kicking the can down the road and kicking rocks because they mad, but it is what it is. He went out there, put a bet on himself, and he cashed out.
That's good for him too, man. Because look, shit, I was one of those guys that remember Johnny Knox neck
Oh
injury,
my
and that shit
god,
ended his career. And I just seen that play the other day. I'm like, man, it
that's
was. I seen it
still.
live too. It's still one of the
I
worst
I
injuries I've
watched it
seen.
live. I think that's probably top 3 still. I
Yeah,
ain't
bro.
never seen somebody humanly turn into a taco.
Literally,
Like, that shit
it
was
was
crazy.
crazy. It was definitely crazy. But hey, man, for y'all that's wondering, the official opening of free agency where players can agree to terms starts at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We wanted to bring this quick episode just to bring on some news,
Buster
let
got
everybody
paid
know.
too. Buster
Oh yeah,
Brown got
Buster.
paid.
Yeah, good for them, bro. I ain't
Yeah,
mad at
which is
that.
good. I don't think you should have been. And that's the thing. Like, it sounded like they were just trying to get rid of people, but it's good that they finally gave somebody decent money. I mean, a little bit of overpay, just a little bit, but it is what it is. You got to keep the quality players that you got.
For real, over there in Jacksonville. And I think that they need to stop playing with this Travis Hunter stuff, bro. You a defensive back. That's what you're gonna play. Like, I don't know why we keep playing this.
Pick one.
Yeah,
That's all I got to say. Pick one.
like, yeah, he needs to be limited to one side of the
Yeah.
football, literally. Now, if he was a bigger like a larger size football player with a little bit more muscle and weight on him, I think it'll be more doable. But he just
Mhm.
so damn nimble, bro. He looks like a defensive back to me. So
Yeah.
I
Or a
say just
slot
put him right
receiver.
there. You know what I'm saying? Something along those lines. So I say do that. But
Mhm.
players can start agreeing to contracts at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Me and Steve will be back at that time, or at least one of us will be. And then we're going to be breaking it all down, letting you all know what's going on around the NFL, man. It's going to be a fun day. It's going to be a busy ass day, but we're going to be right here to cover it all and break it all down. Steve, you got anything left, bro?
No, sir.
But hey, that is it from us for the morning, at least for right now. Before y'all get up out of here, man, if y'all enjoy what y'all heard, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel and turn on your notification bell for the afternoon pod that's coming on as soon as NFL, the free agency, the legal tampering period starts. They can start agreeing to negotiations today. They officially sign on Wednesday. Let us know what y'all think about Tua Tagovailoa and all the others mentioned in this video. But that is it. Make sure you always love football. Hit that like button and subscribe. And we're going to catch y'all in a couple hours. Peace.
This has been a presentation of the Break